Hannah Chen here from Chen's Authentic Cuisine. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend and you had something exciting ahead for you for this week. Yeah, good. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to make stir-fried tofu in a clay pot. Yeah, that's right. I just love cooking in a clay pot. But don't worry if you don't have one. You can use a wok or pan. They're all good. Okay, here are the ingredients. Obviously, tofu is you get at the supermarket, and also Chinese supermarket you get something like that. I think most in the Morrison, Asda, or other supermarket will do the tofu as well. But you need to open and drain the tofu, and then you want to sear them in the pan first. So you want to get finished looking like so. So this is something I've done earlier, just save time. So you got a little bit color on the outside. And so Woodears. So Woodears, it comes with it's dry Woodears. Come with a packet like that, a small big packet. And when you soak them in the water about 20 minutes, so they all rehydrate like so. So all you need is to shred them. So shred them in the sides, but in the end you'll see some of the hard bit. So you're just going to peel them off and discard them. So the rest you use and shred them like so, then ready for stir fry. So that's woodear. And also the garlic, ginger, spring onion, and this is another special ingredient. It's Chinese chives. It's come in the packet. It's a lot bigger, thicker than with chives we see in the supermarket, because they got a lot stronger flavor. So it's come in the pack like so from Chinese supermarket, and it has really beautiful, intense garlicky flavor. So I'm going to this experiment with that with my tofu. And also you need some chili bean sauce like that, and oyster sauce, and shaoxing wine, and white pepper, some sugar. So all I did is I mix all these white ingredient in a bowl. It's got soy sauce, shaoxing rice wine, and oyster sauce, and sugar, all dissolved in this sauce bowl. So ready for stir fry. So all you can do is, while you go through that, so you want 2-3 cloves of garlic, chopped, crushed, chopped. It's about a thumb size of ginger, and you want them shredded. And also 2 spring onion. You want separate green and white part. So white part we're going to use a stir fry. So we just slice like this shape, and the green part we're going to save later for garnishing and stuff, and also sesame oil. It's for drizzle a little bit towards the end as well. So I already put 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in the clay pot like that. So you're just going to swirl around to make sure they're all coated really well in there. So once the oil heat is the right temperature, so I'm going to start the stir fry. So first of all, I'm going to add in the shredded ginger. Right. So let's wait for the oil heat up a bit more. So the trick, is when you fry seeds, the tofu, you cut them in bite size, and the cubes. When you lay flat, either in the pan or wok, once you put that in, you drizzle the 2 tablespoons oil on top, and make sure the bottom all coated. But don't touch it, because when you touch it, you're going to bulk them up. It's all become crumbles. So when you put that, you want to put it in a medium-low heat. Just let them sear slowly. So once it's ready, it's ready, because if you try to flip them over like so, just gently tug them. If they're ready to flip over, they easily come off. If they're not ready, it's just going to stuck in the pan. So if that's the case, just leave it be. So be patient with when you sear the tofu. Just be patient. So once they're ready, let you turn. You know. So you gently tug it, and you can turn. You can move the tofu in the pan, so that you know it's ready. They can just flip them over, and you can brown the other side. So otherwise, you're going to end up with a mushier tofu rather than bite-sized cube. So the ginger is, the oil is hot. Ginger nicely fry in the clay pot. And I'm going to add in the garlic in there, and the white part of the spring onion, like that. So you want to saute garlic, ginger, spring onion, and as soon as you get aroma from it, then you want to add a teaspoon of chili bean sauce, like that. Okay. So the chili bean sauce, it really is not that spicy at all, and it's basically to give you more intense, salty and savory taste more than the heat and the spicy heat. And because it got fermented beans in it, so that gives you that unique flavor. So give it another nice stir. So then you need to add the seared tofu in. So slowly. Slowly. So that's all in. Give it a nice stir. I love the sound when they're sizzling. Give it a toss around a bit. Just make sure all the ingredients in tofu are well covered, well stirred really, really well, and you want to dig up all the nice aroma, ginger and garlic and spring onion, and coat it all over the tofu. Like so. Now we're going to add in the woodear and the shredded woodear. So today I sort of this new dish I tried out the weekend. I thought it's really nice, but when I tried the weekend, I didn't use the sun-dried shiitake mushroom, and only actually just before I start the live show, I'm thinking, I wonder if I add some sun-dried shiitake mushroom, because I really like the intense flavor from shiitake mushroom. So this is just an impulse decision. So I had 2 shiitake mushroom, which I soaked in the water again, shredded in these small pieces. So there's 2 in there. Once finished, I'll tell you whether they're adding the even more better flavor to it or not. So nice, well stirred. And then the sauce we made combined together earlier. So it's soy sauce, salting wine, and oyster sauce, sugar, and nice stir. So I also add about 2-3 tablespoons of water. Just make sure they got the sugar dissolved in this liquid. So I'm going to top up with all this liquid. Right. So, oh, yummy. The smell just so lovely. So I'm going to add in the chive, which is I cut about 1.5 inches, 2 inches length. Just put them on top, like so. It's about 2 to 3 tablespoons full of them. So now I'm going to put the lid on. So let them simmer for 3 to 5 minutes, and because because tofu is one of the things, it's like sponge. They absorb all the flavor in. So the longer, if you have time, and you can even simmer for 10 minutes. But because this the live show, we don't have 10 minutes waiting for the simmer. So at least I'll give it simmer for 3 minutes in a high heat. So that way, and it got the majority of the flavor soaked in. And that's beauty about making tofu. I'm not sure, tofu is your thing, but I just love tofu, and I found this. They can be cooked like just seared. They can be seared like beef, and they got so much flavor added onto flavor. Itself is quite bland, but when you cook with all the beautiful flavors, and it just make the dish, it's just so flavorsome, and also it's so healthy as well. And of course, if you're not allergic to soya, that's the thing you want to go for. And for vegan, so this dish, I made it purely vegetarian. But if you meat lover, you could add in shredded pork and or shredded chicken or beef. So you can add it on top, so they make it a meat dish. So when you do add in meat to it, for example, or shredded chicken or beef, so what you want to do is coat it with cornstarch and blanch it in a bit of water, so then you get the silky and tendery shine to the meat before you add into the pot. So that way it's just also you make the cooking time shorten as well. So that's it to it. So we're just going to give the thing quick stir. It's nicely bubbling down there. Okay. Right. So I'm not going to leave it up, because otherwise the heat escape, then it's going to take longer to cook. So just make sure they have lots of liquid, then they are bubbling there. So you do want to make sure, you mustn't, if you do use clay pot, you mustn't let the pot dry, because that way you can just damage it and they'll crack. So, and also if you do decide to purchase one of them, and you need to make sure you wash them in warm water and soaking them, actually properly submerge in the water at least for 24 hours and air dry before you use them. And when you wash them, try not to use strong detergent, and just use it with warm water, and sometimes hot water do. So the hot water will relieve all the whatever stuck in the pot, and you just give a very mild detergent, give a quick rinse and get rid of and clean your pot. So that's the thing. And I mean, I'm so happy that I found this pot. Is this I can't remember the company is. I found online. I think you can find them on Amazon as well. So if you want to give it a try, I highly recommend it. So the another thing is, I was going to say is, if for some reason, this is the ingredients, and you can adapt really. So if you don't fancy the chili beans, and you don't fancy spicy, and don't add it. But if you, on the other side, you want the more spicy, if you have that, you want the more fiery taste, you can even add a fresh chili and shredded them, add it to that, because when it simmers still like that, it just gets so much flavor added to it. Because like I said, tofu is like sponge. They absorb this all sorts of flavor, added to it. Of course, you don't want to go mad. You don't want to, add all hundreds of flavor into it. It's being sensible. So you need to understand what ingredient work with what, and what flavor work with what. So you don't want to, for example, adding something, out of my mind, something like bitter lemon or something. That's not going to work, is it? But also, if you I didn't use the fresh mushrooms. If you have oyster mushrooms, you can add fresh oyster mushroom as well. That can taste as well as mushroom also is really good, and other vegetables absorb all the flavors ingredient too. And by the way, all these ingredients, the black fungus, woodears, and the chili bean, you can find on our website, and you can purchase from our website if you wish. Otherwise, you can go to, if you found at your local supermarket, and they have vast, Chinese supermarket. They got all this ingredient there, so you can easily get from them. So let's just, I can hear it's a bubbling noise. It's quite like a music. It's so they are bubbling nicely there. Oh, I can also just smell the hint of the Chinese chives come through. That is just beautiful. Wow, look at that. So I'm going to give another stir. That. Oh, the smell's just so wonderful. It's lovely. Wow. Right, so I'm going to add in a just about half teaspoon of ground white pepper. Get all that in. Don't waste any. Just like rinse your spoon in the sauce. Oh, it's a lovely sauce. The tofu is lovely, silky and tender. Right. What's that? Stir. Wow. It is so nice. I wish you can smell this. Oh, the smell just so divine. Oh, it's so wonderful. So it's still nice bubbling. I'm just going to cover for another few seconds before I add in the garnish in there. So, right, so this is finely chopped spring onion. So I'm just going to add in them in. Oh, lovely. Right. I think. Just garnish the spring onion on top. You don't have to stir it, just very nice. You garnish that. I'm going to have a little taste now actually. Just see how the woodear works with the shiitake mushroom. Oh, I can really taste it. The shiitake mushroom comes through, just the little bite from the chili bean sauce, and all the flavor from soy sauce, oyster sauce. Wow, and the chive is so divine. That's it. There you have it. You can switch off the heat and serve with a bowl of boiled rice and enjoy. So I'm going to put the lid down for now, and I'm going to switch off the heat. So that you have it. So I'm going to take a picture and post all the recipe or ingredient and in my Facebook and website. So do please and look at my Facebook page and YouTube channel, and leave a like and subscribe if you wish, please. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed work along with me today. And still, I think sun is shining, and have a lovely day. Bye.